Welcome back to Raiders Anonymous. I never intended on coming on camera on this channel. That's why I called it Anonymous. And just so you know, I had to write all this stuff down because I'm not the best speaker on camera. But since last night's loss to the Chargers, I've been reading so many negative comments about Geno Smith and the Raiders coaching staff. I just couldn't take it anymore. For your information, I was at the game last night, and I was watching more than just the ball. First things first, let's give credit to where credit is due and admit the Chargers have a really good team. Their defense is probably the best in the league as of week 2. Herbert's playing his best football and their offensive line is formidable. And let's face it, they don't even have to run the ball. They're one of the top 4 teams in the league, along with the Eagles, Bills, and Ravens. Second, your expectations for the Raiders are way too high. We're not going to the Super Bowl. With some luck, we may be able to make the playoffs. But my expectation for the team is 7-9 wins. Our team looks so much better under Pete Carroll than it has in a long time. This is a building process. It's not rebuilding, it's building. Harbaugh inherited a good team with an elite QB already in place, and he made it better by building an offensive line to protect him. Now let's look at some of the negatives from last night's game, and we'll start with offense. Number 1, our offensive line is terrible. They can't block the defensive line from pressuring Geno, and they can't pick up a 5-man blitz, let alone a 6 or 7-man blitz from the Patriots. And they can't push the line to give our running backs a chance. This needs to be addressed in the draft with a 1st or 2nd round pick next year. Number 2, Ashton Jeanty can't run the ball without blocking by the O-line. They can't make holes for him to get started. Instead of them pushing the D-line, the D-line's pushing them. You know what? I like Zamir White, but I don't think he's coming back next season. Number 3, Geno Smith can't throw the ball because the O-line can't keep the pocket from collapsing long enough for the receivers to run the routes and get open. Geno has to rush his decision and his pass to avoid a sack. Do you hear the common factor in everything I'm saying? Offensive line. This is the foundation of any offense. The O-line. For all who think a star quarterback, star running back, or star wide receiver is the answer, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Justin Herbert's nothing without his offensive line. Look at the Chiefs. Mahomes has been running for his life. That's why they're 0-2. Because Mahomes doesn't have the time to make a good pass. The Chiefs can't even run the ball either. Our offensive line sucks, plain and simple. Now on the defensive side, we have one defensive line player that can pressure the quarterback, and that's Max Crosby. But he's only one man. He can only do so much. He was the only one getting Herbert to move around in the pocket. The rest of the D-line, they couldn't get through the Chargers O-line. Number 2, our linebackers and defensive backs, they actually played good last night. They held the Chargers to 20 points. Although they did miss some assignments like the bomb to Quinton Jefferson, overall they played surprisingly good. If Herbert has the time in the pocket, which he does thanks to his O-line, he'll pick apart any defense in the league. To sum everything up, it's a long season, guys. We didn't win this one, but there's 15 more games. Pete Carroll's the type of coach who makes changes. He knows the O-line stinks. He knows he has to get the run game going. He knows the D-line needs to pressure the quarterback more. He mentioned all this at his press conference. Give the coaching staff some time to make the necessary adjustments and have realistic expectations. There's going to be games we lose when we're expected to win, and there's going to be games we win when we're expected to lose. Like I said earlier, as much as I hate the Chargers, they're looking like one of the best teams in the league right now. Our defense is looking good, and they're getting better. I love what Pete Carroll has done with the defense. We just need one more piece on the defensive line to help Max get to the quarterback. On offense, the weapons are in place. We just need guys who can block. Dante Thornton has a lot of potential, but he's a rookie. He'll be at his full potential in about 3 seasons. And Brock Bowers, he didn't look 100% last night either. He looked as if his knee was bothering him. He didn't make the cuts he normally makes on his route running. Like I said, guys, there's 15 more games. There are a lot of changes to be made with the offense and defense, especially with injuries coming around. For all those wanting to bench Geno or fire Pete after one game, I honor and appreciate your love for the Raiders. I know that's why you're upset. But it's a short week. We have the Commanders next on the East Coast. Let's focus on winning that game. All right, that's my 2 cents. I'm out. Win, lose, or die, Raider Nation for life.